So, when I was scrolling through Reddit, I came across this story and I searched it up to find out what it was. I am here to tell you the story of August 7th, 1994, 3 a.m. Officer David Lacey was on patrol in Oakville, Washington, a tiny timber town with just 723 people. Rain started falling, nothing unusual for Washington. But when he turned on his windshield wipers, it didn't clear the glass. They smeared it, like petroleum jelly. "This isn't right," he told his friend. "Where did this come from?" What fell from the sky that night wasn't water. It was translucent, gelatinous, alive. And within hours, people started getting sick. Animals started dying. This is the story of the Oakville blobs, a mystery that remains unsolved 31 years later. Officer Lacey pulled into a gas station, put on nitrile gloves, and touched it. "Very mushy," he later said. "Almost like if you had Jell-O in your hand." He wasn't alone. Dottie Hearn stepped outside her home that morning and saw them everywhere. At first, she thought they were hailstones. But when she touched one, it was gelatinous, translucent, about half the size of a grain of rice. This wasn't isolated to one street. The blobs covered 20 square miles. And this wasn't a one-time event. Over the next 3 weeks, it happened 6 more times. But here's where it gets disturbing. Dottie's daughter, Sunny Barclift, touched the substance. Within hours, she felt extreme fatigue. Dottie herself went to the hospital suffering from severe dizziness and nausea. Their kitten? Dead. Beverly Roberts, another resident, spent nearly a week in the hospital with severe vertigo after exposure. She claimed she knew of 12 animals that died around the same time. Something in those blobs was making living creatures sick. Sunny Barclift wasn't going to just accept this. She sent a sample to the Washington State Department of Ecology's Hazardous Material Unit. Microbiologist Mike McDowell examined it under a microscope. What he found? 2 species of bacteria. One was known to infect the human digestive system. But it got weirder. The hospital claimed they found human white blood cells in the substance. Wait, human cells? Falling from the sky? This led to the first theory, airplane toilet waste. But the FAA shut that down immediately. Airplane waste is dyed blue. This was translucent. Then, scientist Mike Osweiler from the Department of Ecology made a critical discovery. The cells had NO nuclei. That meant they weren't human white blood cells. Someone had made a mistake. But if they weren't human cells, what were they? Tim Davis, another microbiologist, believed he saw a eukaryotic cell, complex cells that are present in most living creatures. Meaning, this substance was or had been alive. Mike McDowell wanted to continue his research. He had theories. He suspected this might be some kind of carrier system. But before he could finish, all the samples disappeared, gone, making further study impossible. Theory number 1, exploded jellyfish. In August 1994, the 354th Fighter Squadron was conducting bombing runs over the Pacific Ocean, just 50 miles from Oakville. The theory? They accidentally destroyed a massive school of jellyfish, sending their pieces into the atmosphere, where wind currents carried them inland. It sounds ridiculous, but it's not impossible. Raining animals is a documented phenomenon. Frogs, fish, even meat have fallen from the sky before. But there are problems with this theory. 1. The blobs fell 6 times over 3 weeks. Were jellyfish just floating in the atmosphere for weeks? 2. There was NO rotting smell. Jellyfish decompose quickly. 3. The military confirmed the bombing runs, but denied any knowledge of the substance. Theory number 2, star jelly. Since the 14th century, there have been reports of a mysterious substance called star jelly, named after the legend that it falls from the sky during meteor showers. In 2012, a similar substance appeared in Bournemouth, England. It turned out to be sodium polyacrylate, a crystal used in agriculture that absorbs water and forms gel. Maybe the Oakville blobs were something similar. Maybe they didn't fall from the sky at all. They just appeared overnight after rain. But if that's true, why did people get sick? Why did animals die? Theory number 3, biological weapon testing. Mike McDowell, the microbiologist who first examined the blobs, suspected it might be some kind of carrier system. His sons later said he believed this could have been a government test, but there's no evidence, and such activity would violate international treaties. Still, the fact that all the samples mysteriously disappeared raises questions. Update: in April 2025, 31 years later, the blobs returned. Allie McCrite in Rochester, Washington, just 8 miles from Oakville, saw them falling from the sky again. This time, they were bigger, the size of her palm. She collected samples, but they melted at room temperature. As of now, the mystery remains unsolved. So what do I think? Honestly, I don't think this was jellyfish. The frequency, the lack of smell, the way it made people sick, it doesn't add up. I also don't fully buy the sodium polyacrylate theory. If it was just agricultural crystals, why would it happen 6 times in the same area? Here's what I think is most likely. This was some kind of biological matter, possibly from the ocean, that was pulled into the atmosphere through a rare weather phenomenon, mixed with bacteria, and rained down. The government denies involvement, but the fact that samples disappeared? That's suspicious. We may never know the truth. But one thing's for sure. In Oakville, Washington on August 7th, 1994, something fell from the sky that shouldn't have. And 31 years later, it's happening again. What do you think it was? Let me know in the comments. If you want more unsolved mysteries like this, subscribe and hit the bell. Thanks for watching.